The stage is set and Ricky Martin is going through his pre-show routine.
We're here. Let's go to makeup. This is Wanda.
Hi, how are you?
She rocks. Before the show, I lock myself out of society for 10 minutes. It's a time for myself.
Ricky grabs a quick meal in his dressing room.
You want some?
And then a backstage prayer with his band and dancers.
In Jesus' name I pray, amen.
Amen.
He isn't taking a second of this success for granted. But there was a time when he felt differently. In the summer of 1989, Ricky was running from fame. Burned out from 5 relentless years in Menudo, he moved to New York alone to try to regain his identity.
I needed to spend time alone, and I needed to walk, and I needed to see different faces, and I needed to sit in a bench of a park and just look at people instead of people looking at me.
He rented a modest apartment on 29th Street in Queens and lived off his Menudo savings. He spent 9 months doing absolutely nothing.
Anonymity felt amazing back then. And sometimes you miss it. But when you have a little bit of that, you go, okay, wait. This is not how it's supposed to work. This is not how it's supposed to be.
Ricky decided to jump back into the spotlight. He moved to Mexico City in the winter of 1990, where he landed a role in musical theater. That led to a part on a Mexican soap opera.
¿Cómo cuánto?
Como 420. Mucho.
And in 1991, Sony Music Mexico signed him to a record deal. Ready or not, Ricky was back on the fast track.
I was doing the soap opera during the day, theater at night, and after the theater I would run to the studio and record my album.
In Mexico City, he ran into TV host Rebecca de Alba. They had been friends since his days in Menudo, but one night at a club, that friendship took a turn toward romance.
I was sitting there with a group of friends talking. He came and he was talking to me like for an hour and a half. And I never imagined in my life that he was attracted to me or anything like that. And I'm talking, when I turn around to say something to him, then he was kissing me. I said, why did you do that? And he said, why not?
She was great. Her elegance, her posture, the way she would interact with other people. She's the perfect example of what a woman would be, what a perfect woman would be.
He was 19, she was 24, and they were embarking on what would become the most enduring romance of their lives.
He knows until the day I die that I will never betray him and that I'm always gonna be loyal to the values that we've shared since 10 years ago.
But from the start, Rebecca had to contend with the other love of Ricky's life, his career. No member of Menudo had ever made a successful transition to a solo career, and Ricky was determined to be the first.
My friend, we went everywhere. I just needed a spotlight and a microphone. That's all I needed.
Spurred on by a relentless promotional tour, Ricky's first 2 albums sold nearly 1.5 million copies combined. He had carved out a niche as a romantic balladeer. But by the time he started recording his 3rd album, A Medio Vivir, he wanted to reconnect with his Caribbean roots.
I wanted to do something different. I wanted to like dance. I wanted to be more in touch with my culture. Just put it that way.
And that's when he called me up and said, hey, you know, can we do something together? Can you write some songs? And so I was like, yeah.
Dos, tres, un pasito pa'lante, María. Dos, tres, un pasito para atrás.
Ricky collaborated with his former Menudo bandmate, Robbie Rosa, creating a song called Maria. A catchy fusion of rock, island grooves, and African beats.
For a lot of people, that was going to be the end of my career when they heard Maria for the first time. Oh, that's it. This is the end of Ricky Martin's career.
Maria? Forget about Maria. Why Ricky wants to do this music? Why he's approaching these rhythms? He's a ballad singer. He needs to be like Julio Iglesias.
I said, it's the end of Ricky Martin's career, but at least I'm doing what I want.
And the audience responded. Maria became an international smash, the second best-selling single in the world that year. But the relentless touring schedule was leaving little room for a personal life. His girlfriend Rebecca was traveling between TV jobs in Mexico and Spain, and they had to make do with the limited time they had together.
I don't know if it was 3 times a month or 1 time a month, but it worked okay for both of us, for our careers and for what we were doing.
We would see each other not as often as any other relationship or any other couple would see each other. Because of my career, you know, the traveling, the coming back and forth. It was kind of crazy.
And the separations had grown longer as Ricky made a bold move into the U.S. market. He revived his acting career in 1994, playing a heartthrob on the daytime soap General Hospital.
Ricky came on the show as Miguel Morez, an orderly who had a secret that he was a successful singing sensation in his country.
You know, Corinthos, this is not a game, you see?
Miguel.
I mean, this is my life, this is my career you're dealing with, you see?
For Ricky, it was a chance to get some key exposure in the U.S., where he was still a relative unknown. But he found his return to acting unfulfilling.
Oh, no! No!
I guess I was not into it. And, you know, to all my peers, I'm sorry. Because I was just not there.
He's a perfectionist. He wanted everything to be perfect, and everything isn't. So, you know, those were the things that I think that he had to deal with. It wasn't always as perfect as he may have liked it to be.
So after nearly 2 years, he checked out of General Hospital to return to his first passion, music.
I needed the adrenaline of being on the road. I needed the immediate reaction of an audience. It's something that really turns me on, and there was something missing, and I think it's that.
Next, a spiritual quest leads Ricky Martin to the Himalayas.
When I was in this ashram in Puri, they initiated me. So it was like a beautiful awakening.
And then he finds himself on the brink of matrimony.
Comfort brought me to a very important point of my life where I was about to pop the question.